Welcome to episode 6. Here's a plumbing update. You can see the PEX coming through the wall, the blue. This will be the toilet supply line. And then under the sink here you'll see the two stub out PEX lines. So what we got to do is close up the wall on the other side and we'll be out of here. Okay, here's the back of the tub. And you can see the PEX again. They're just kind of waiting for it to go ahead and tie it in. They cut out a whole lot more of the floor than I thought they were going to. Okay, and finally in the kitchen, here's the back of the sink. So this is the back of the bathroom sink, and you can see it's all tied up and ready to go. And then over here is the stub outs for the kitchen sink, which they attach to the wall. We'll have to detach those to put the sheetrock on today, but that's not a big deal. In here, this is the laundry room where there used to be a large sink here with a countertop. We tore all that out, and now you can see all the PEX. This is the PEX coming from under the house, and you can see the shutoff valve here, which is cool. That'll be the shutoff for the entire house, and then you can see it runs to the supply line to the back of the washer connection. Now here's the fun part. The painting has come quite a long ways. I was gone last week to Chicago to visit my parents, and so this living room looks really nice. I'm gonna stay away from that window, but it's not totally cut in yet. But look at this wall. I mean, this looks really good. He did a great job while I was gone. Patrick did. And these bedrooms are looking pretty sweet. This one's not cut in yet, but the wall repairs look pretty good. I mean, and I think this satin paint is going to work better for me in the future for doing this, definitely. And the good news is I don't see really anywhere. I don't see anywhere where the graffiti's coming through. So I think we might have nailed it, or Patrick did, painting wise. So let's check out the big bedroom. This is the master bedroom. Looks good. I don't see any bleed through it at all. I don't see it anywhere. So this looks great. I think we got it. I'm shocked. And once again, I'm a big fan of Zinsser now. I probably won't ever buy Kills products again. I really like the Zinsser. And here's the last bedroom. And yeah, same thing. This looks really good. Really good. I am really shocked. Obviously we've got some gray primer on the doors, and we'll be covering that with gloss white. So the story today is sheetrock. We've got to take all this sheet. We've got one piece of green board, and then we've got 3 sheets of 4x8, and then we have 2 big sheets of 4x12. And we got to get all this up, and then we got to get it on the walls. So hopefully today we'll be successful at most of that or all of it. I don't know. We got a little abbreviated day. But I'm excited to be back here again, and yeah, things are looking good. I'm at a point now in the project where I'm actually feeling okay. Like, we're going to get this thing recovered. It's going to be okay. It's going to work. So the very first project we're going to get into today is, I'm going to flip this around and show you, is we're going to have to put some insulation into this wall. So that'll be the very first thing we do, is get some insulation there. Okay, Patrick and I are back. We are just getting ready to put some insulation in here. We tore out the old nasty, gross insulation that all kind of fell down to the bottom. We're going to fish it in behind this vent pipe, and then do another piece below, and then we'll just fill in here and get that done before we start doing the sheetrock. We just got to make sure we're insulated, because all the pipes in the kitchen sink, all that stuff's right behind where we're working. Okay, so we got all this insulation in. As you can see, looks pretty decent. We had to stuff it in behind, in places, but that's all right. You just do what you got to do with the insulation. We just pulled the plywood off the window, because now we're going to lay, and what we have to do is just fold. We just have to fold these back and then put the insulation there, and then figure out where this is. And we got one other thing here I'm going to try. we have one outlet in this wall, so I stuck a drill bit in the middle. And the idea is that the drill bit will give me the center of where this outlet is when we shove it up, when we shove the piece of sheetrock up against the wall. So we got our first sheet of the big 4x12 in. Our measurement ended up being 130 1/4 inches. We got a pretty good gap here, but I'll be able to fix it with mud and tape and stuff, so not to worry. But we successfully got the outlet cut out and the drain for this kitchen sink. It took a couple tries, we got it figured out. So we're on to the next sheet. We're going to do the big one up above here next, and we might even throw in a window tonight before it's over. We'll see. We're making good progress today.
Okay.
You got 2 big hits in there, digging?
Yeah.
If you got 2 good ones, really nice and deep, you can try to break it. And what we'll do is we'll break it together.
Okay.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this away. We're gonna pull it away from the wall, lift it up a little bit so we can get behind it. And then just come behind it and just start breaking it. Yeah, and just
So right here.
yeah, and then just kind of walk along. But here, take your right hand and go like this. And then just walk backwards.
Here we go.
Yeah. There you go. Easy peasy. What we're going to do is we're going to go in there, and we're not going to hang it right now. We're just going to get in the room. Okay. Here we go. All right, we're about to lift up the second piece and stick it on the wall, hopefully. I have screws in my pocket, and I'm gonna have to have a drill handy before I do that, because one of us is gonna have to hold it in place while the other one starts screwing. We've already made marks in the ceiling where the studs are, so we kind of know where we're at. And what we'll do is once we get one piece in, we'll be able to take our T-square and go on the ceiling and then draw scribe lines so we know where all the rest of the screws are. It's a, I don't know, it just makes it easier. You ready for it to not fit?
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, what we're going to do, Patrick, is we're going to use this as a, we're going to lay it down on the edge.
Yep.
And then push it forward. I think we're too far your way.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm going to pull back a little bit. Whoop. Yeah, you got to push your top in. There you go. Now let's see what happens when I, okay, are we in? Oh man, we are really, dang, we're close. Are we all the way against the 2x4s over there?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a little bit of trimming to do here. Not a lot. We're just using the hasp. So let's take it back down.
Okay.
And a lot of weights coming. Here we go. All right, we're gonna set it down. Don't care about the pecs. It's all good. All right. I'm just gonna show you this tool. This is a great tool. This is a hasp, and it's also a way to carry sheetrock. You basically carry it like this, and you put the bottom of the sheetrock in there, and then you hold the top with your hand, and you can carry. I love this tool. I bought this, I don't know, 15 years ago. It's so great. Saves me a lot of time, and it saves my back too. So let's see, so you can see me hasping away on this guy. So, you want to do this, Patrick? Here, you got it.
I can do it.
Okay, go ahead. And it seems like it's built up on the back more, so it's kind of like this. So go hard on the back. Gotcha. I think just doing this a little bit is going to get us there. And yeah, this is the wrong type of, you shouldn't use a impact screw gun to do sheetrock, but it's what I have. Patrick's got the right tool, not me. So now we're going to take the T-square, flip it upside down, and inscribe the lines for the studs. Now it's just time to put in a whole boatload of screws, and then we'll get that piece hung. And the last thing we'll do is we'll probably use a Sawzall and cut out the sheetrock around the window frame, and just it's fast and easy. It makes a huge mess, but we don't care. We're used to being messy. We're done for the day. We worked from about 1:30 till 5. And that's about right for us. We're lightweights. Tomorrow I'm going to come in the morning and try to get this in and this in. But we just put the plywood back up, and we'll try to set the window tomorrow. It's never a good idea to put a window in by yourself, because if it falls through, then you're kind of screwed. And you got to go spend another $207. I'm not doing that. So I'll wait till Patrick gets here about 12. That's it for today. Short episode today. Thanks so much for watching. See ya. So I'm working by myself today. Patrick will be here probably in about an hour, but I've been here for a couple hours. Here's my first 4x8 sheet of sheetrock. You can see here, this is the supply for the stove, and so I had to take this all apart down here. That's the receptacle, and then what I had to do is I had to pull the main. So I just pulled the main in the fuse box, so that there's no power here at all, and it's the only way to go with 220. And then up here there was another outlet which I had to cut out, and as you can see, I cut wrong, I measured wrong, which happens a lot because I'm not a professional. But anyway, one other thing I want to mention, you can see these two screws next to each other. There's a 2x4 here that's sticking out more than this one. And so I put a second one in and then backed it out. You can see where it broke. So you can actually back out a little bit too. And remember, this is tapered here. The first 1.5 inches is tapered on sheetrock. So that's why we're doing it on its side. So even though this guy is sticking up a little bit too much, it won't matter, because once I put mud and tape on it, it'll go away. Otherwise, it's pretty straight. I haven't put all the screws in this yet, but I'll get to it. And you can see here, there's like just this 2x4 is halfway. So you can see we got a nailer all the way down. It's a little skinny at the back, so I think I'm going to put a block in here. I'm going to probably just put a block in here, just because it gets a little sketchy there at the end. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and put this back together so it's safe. Put the wires back in, and then connect it back up, and then kick the power back on. But I have to put this one back in its outlet as well. So, because everything's good, but I just got to shove it back in there, and then put the longer screws in here, and that's it. And by the way, I'm a Porter cable guy. I was a DeWalt guy forever, and when they went from 18 volt to 20 whatever volt they went to, I think they went to 24 or 20 or whatever, the Porter cable stuff was just so inexpensive, and it seemed like the same thing. And for my use, which is kind of weekend warrior plus a little bit, this stuff works great for me. I've had it for, gosh, about 5 years, 6 years now, and no regrets. And I've got all the different pieces to that stuff. Here's my oscillating saw. It's a wonderful tool for demo and for doing all kinds of flooring and stuff like that. So you might look at the gap up here and say, man, you can't measure or cut. These walls are not straight or true, and so we're going to be putting a 1x3 all the way along this whole thing, so it really won't matter. But you're right, I can't measure or cut. So as you can see, I was off. You can see the box. I cut a little too wide, but that's what they make oversized switch plate covers for, and outlet covers. No big deal. And then you can see here how this came out. Okay, this was covered in grease and stuff, so I painted it with spray paint, and it looks pretty decent. I'm just going to paint around it. I may paint it the same color as the wall. Now all we got to do to finish the kitchen walls is to just cut narrow strips here. We had to add this nailer in here because the 4x8 ended like right here. So we wouldn't have had anything to nail on. So we added a little 2x4 right there. So it's pretty cool. We've just got the whole back kitchen wall done. So now we're kind of ready to put the window in, but we're gonna stay on the sheetrock right now, because what we got to do is we got to do the trim on this front window in the living room. We got to fix this and fix this next. And what we have to do first is go through here and pull these nails. There's these nails in here that have to get taken out. You see these guys here, so we got to pull those out, and then there's some other crud in here that we got to get out, so it's a nice seam fit. We just did our final piece of sheetrock, thank God. So this is green board, and again, green board is moisture resistant, so you put it right next to the shower, and that's why the old one rotted out, because it wasn't green board. And we fished the PEX for the supply line for the toilet right there, and that won't matter because it'll get covered by trim, some kind of trim piece. So we're feeling pretty good, man. We put a lot of screws in. So next up is a lot of mud and a lot of tape. So that's the part that is just super time consuming, and you got to be patient. And so I have the time this week, which is great, but I'm not very patient. So what you got to do is come in. The easy ones are the screw holes. These are really simply just like that, really quick. But these seams here, those are a pain in the butt. You got to tape them up, and well, we'll get into that, but not this episode. So we're going to try to put this window in and see if we can get that in, and then we're going to be done for the day. So we just put this window in the kitchen, and Patrick is on the outside right now putting the great stuff on. Above it, we're going to get above it. There's a pretty good gap above it, and so we wanted to get that done. But all the sides and stuff look pretty good. So you can see so we'll come back tomorrow when this dries and then just cut it out with a razor knife, and then I'll be able to trim these out. No big deal. It looks like we've got this one done. I'll tell you, it's been a huge day today, huge day. I mean, I'm just so excited to have all the sheetrock done, like all that, all this, those scab pieces, the bathroom. I think it's a good place to end for the day, because man, I'm feeling good. And by the way, there's only 4 screws in that window. It's a really small window. Usually use 3, but we just used 4.